The Prophet ﷺ says in a hadith, I'll share the ending part of it. He says, and a person continues to be tested and facing trials until they reach a point in their lives, they will be walking on earth sinless. Not a single sin is in their records. So then a brother messaged me and he says, so this means if I'm still being tested, that means I got sins left to be purified from. Because if I'm done being purified and I'm sinless, I shouldn't be facing tests and trials. Interesting question, good idea. However, there's a bigger picture. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says, if Allah decreed or wants for you to reach a certain level in Jannah, but your actions are not qualifying you to that level, Allah will test you to make you reach that level. Don't worry, the hadith says, and Allah yu'inak, and Allah will help you to be able to pass that test. Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, he just left his city after his own father and his own people that he grew up in the middle of them, and they tried to burn him to death. What a trial, what a test, what a musibah. Eventually, Ibrahim alayhi salam leaves with his wife Sarah radiallahu anha, and they left that oppression and that persecution, and they passed by Masr, Egypt. And when they came there, there was a Pharaoh, a tyrant at that time, and his soldiers, when they saw Sarah, they went to the ruler and they told him, we saw a woman, oh, it's not befitting for any man that she can spend time with besides you. You're the only man that deserves this girl. He even said, alayhi salatu wasalam, she was incredibly beautiful. May Allah make us beautiful inside and out, Amir Rabbil Alameen. Ibrahim alayhi salam, it's very stressful. And he didn't say, Ya Allah, I just left a musibah to a bigger musibah. So right then and there, as Sarah left, Ibrahim alayhi salam, only Allah knows how he felt. So stressed out, prays to Allah, makes dua to Allah. And imagine Sarah walking into that palace, into that mansion. She exceeds every single man's expectation until that Pharaoh sees her. The hadith says he could not control himself. He didn't even was able to have a conversation. That's how good looking she was to him, and that's how weak he was and filthy he was. And what does he do now? He goes back to her for the third time. So he goes to her and she says the same dua that I shared with you 2 times before, and I'll say it again. She says, Allahumma in kuntu amantu bika wa bi rasulik. Ya Allah, if I was a true believer in you and in your prophet, وَأَحْصَنْتُ فَرْجِي إِلَّا عَلَى زَوْجِي, and that I did not allow any man to touch me, no one to touch me except my husband, فَلَا تُصَلِّتْ عَلَيَّ هَذَا الْكَافِرِ. Ya Allah, don't make this kafir touch me, Ya Allah. I lived all my life modest. Right then and there, that Pharaoh started to shiver. He froze. His legs were going right and left as if he's having some extreme sort of seizure, and he's struggling. Then he tells her, Ud'u Allah, ask your Lord to let go of me. I promise I will not touch you anymore. I will not attempt to come close to you. Please, please, ask your Allah. So then she says, Ya Allah, if he dies, they will say, Qataltu, I killed him. So then she makes dua to Allah to lift that seizure or that hardship from that king. So when he comes back to normal, and at this point, Pharaoh, he talks to the soldier that told him about Sarah. He says, she's not a human being. And that's what they will tell you when you have haya. That's what they will tell you when you have modesty and you fear Allah. You're not a human being. Look how old you're in college and you're still a virgin. How is that possible? Oh, you never did this? You guys are weird. And that's what the people of filth will tell the people of purity till Yawm al-Qiyamah. Then when Sarah left that mansion as a victorious woman, and when she came to see her husband Ibrahim, what was Ibrahim doing? He was in salah. Allahu Akbar. The hadith says while he was in salah, he couldn't wait till the end of salah. He didn't say, let me finish the salah. No, in the salah, he's like, what happened? That's how stressed out he was. What happened to my dear beloved wife? Then she told him, Khair. This is a woman who had tawakkul. Her husband who said, Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil, when they threw him into the fire. Husband and wife, may Allah grant for every righteous man a righteous wife. May Allah grant for every righteous wife a righteous man. Ameen Rabbil Alameen. So here, she said, Khair. Allah protected me from that kafir. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when he was distressed, he used to go to salah. Bad news, but if you have the time and you have the place, go for salah. As Allah says, وَاسْتَعِينُوا بِالصَّبْرِ وَالصَّلَاةِ. Seek Allah's help and assistance in salah. This is how you'll be able to survive through the hardships of this life.